Ever wondered what a £1 million house looks like in London? It's not always what you expect, but let me show you how we can turn this into a dream home. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how a tired property that needs a bit of love and attention can be transformed into a beautiful home, while generating a strong profit. I've been analysing real properties online to see what's actually possible with around £1 million to invest in London. We'll look at the purchase price, renovation potential, and the kind of profit a project like this could realistically deliver. So let's jump straight in. The first property that caught my eye on Rightmove is this £1.1 million semi-detached 4-bedroom house in southeast London, almost 180 square metres, with a massive garden spanning 35 metres long. It's obviously in need of some love, but overall looks pretty decent and doesn't seem to have any major structural defects. What's exciting about this property is the considerable room for improvement. It doesn't seem to have been extended or had a loft conversion, so a lot can be done to upscale the house. But to know if this is good value, we really need to do a quick comparison with nearby sold properties. This one caught my eye straight away on Rightmove. It recently sold for £1.75 million. It's an immaculately presented 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom semi-detached house with a very similar 181 square metre footprint. What I love about this property is the stunning kitchen design. They've done a side return extension, creating a large open-plan kitchen dining area with a fabulous island and beautiful crittle doors looking out onto a 24-metre-long garden. Overall, the vibe in the house is very traditional Victorian elegance. Every room looks clean and beautifully presented, probably a bit too white for me, but no doubt an easy sale for anyone looking for a family home in southeast London with a £1.75 million budget. So, at a £650,000 difference in price, the real question is, can you make a solid return on this house, given that it needs quite a bit of work to make it comparable to the £1.75 million property? I'm going to give it a go. I'm using Rightmove, ChatGPT, ARki and Runaway to see how we can extend and improve this house, with basic costings to see if it's worth the investment. Let's start by comparing the floor plans, because this is where the opportunity really becomes clear. On the left is our potential investment, House A. On the right is the property that sold for £1.75 million, which we'll call House B. Straight away, you can see what increased the value. House B added a side return extension, creating that large open-plan kitchen space, something that could easily be done to House A. They also added a loft conversion, creating 2 extra bedrooms in the roof. House A also has loft potential, although with a footprint this size, it might not even be necessary. But to really understand the possibilities, let's jump into ARki and test a few layout ideas. A quick mock-up of the floor plans in ARki shows both the first and second floors drawn out, so we can start to analyse them properly. Currently, House A is arranged as 2 individual units, with a kitchen on both the ground floor and first floor. But as the first floor has such an extensive footprint, we can remove the first floor kitchen, convert it into a bedroom, and add an extra bathroom, giving 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms upstairs. On the ground floor, we can open up the whole area into a large open-plan kitchen diner. And of course, as we have so much space, a utility room and downstairs toilet can fit in here. Let's add some beautiful large crittle doors looking out into the garden. Don't forget the kitchen units, a beautiful dining table and chairs. And, just like that, we have a wonderful plan ready to be turned into a dream home. But with such a large footprint, one main complication remains: keeping the final budget well below the £650,000 price difference to make a return on this investment. Let's get some help from ChatGPT. We now have the final square metres of the property, 213 square metres. We need to break this down into a schedule of works for ChatGPT to price up. The final estimates are broken down into 3 price ranges, between £178,000 and £411,000. If you've watched my previous video explaining full renovation costs in London, we recently completed a Victorian terraced house renovation with a loft conversion and side return. Based on that, these numbers seem realistic. For a house this size, I'd budget around £350,000. With a purchase price of £1.1 million, the total comes to approximately £1.45 million. That gives a solid £200,000 profit for converting this tired Victorian house into a beautiful family home. If you want more renovation tips, design ideas, and smart property insights, hit follow and don't forget to check out ARki to plan your space in 3D before you build. Links in the description.